Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes or thorns or figs or thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. Now remain standing and turn to St. John. St. John, the 13th chapter of St. John and the 35th verse. The 13th chapter of St. John and just the 35th verse. It says, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if you have love one to another. May God add a blessing to his already blessed word. I'm not going to be before you long, but I would like to use for a subject today that it takes one to know one. That it takes one to know one. Everybody in here, sometime or another, have heard this phrase. It's usually said after some kind of heated argument where name calling ensues. Usually the one being called out, his or her name, will say, but it takes one to know one. I really didn't know the deep truth that was in this statement, but it's very, very deep. Have I got a witness? One thing I've noticed is that the church is the only institution in the world right now with an identity crisis. We seem to don't know who's who in the church anymore. And the reason why we don't know who's who in the church anymore, because people in the church now goes where the world goes. They do the same thing that the world does. They talk the same language that the world talks. And that's sad that the only way that you could know that some of us are Christians or belong to a church if you happen to see us in church on a Sunday. Come on, y'all. All week long we're hellions, but saints on a Sunday. Can I get an amen? That's sad that we Christians can't be identified. Our identification has been lost. And it's truly sad to say, Greater Living Baptist Church, that the world has no identity crisis. The world will recognize its own at anywhere and at any time. The world will recognize each other. Have I got a witness? Either they will look at each other in a strange way or start up a conversation with key words in it, then they will be identified. Have I got a witness? Well, let me break it down a little bit better. A drunk can always recognize another drunk. Have I got a witness? It seems like they have a common bond about themselves. And even though they are drunks, drunks usually have unity among themselves. A drunk will drink from the same bottle as another drunk. Have I got one another. Have I got a witness? And I can remember we used to have a shopping good time in church. Back then, we didn't know as much as we know now, but we knew how to worship. Have I got a witness? We wasn't so dignified and getting loose from God. The church seemed to always be on fire. You came in and you felt something. You went home and you felt something. And you couldn't wait to get back the next week to get that same old feeling. Somebody know what I'm talking about. I think the righteous brother sing a song that you lost that love in the field. And it's gone. Gone. Could apply to the church today. Have I got a witness? Nowadays when we come to church, not your church, but if you part of this, you let the shoe fit, wear it. Amen. But nowadays when you go to church, some churches are so cold, so dead, so quiet. You would think you're in a morgue waiting on the autopsy. Have I got a witness? And I know the Lord has done some wonderful things for you. I know the Lord has healed some of your body. I know the Lord has put food on some of your table. I know the Lord has brought some of your loved ones from prison. I know the Lord has put clothes on your back, put money in your pocket. And you mean to tell me you can't come to church and make a joyful noise? The world knows its own. You even take a thief. One thief knows another thief. Have I got a witness? And the thing that's strange about a thief is that a thief don't have no special people. You know, we church folk got special people. But a thief don't have no special people. A real thief will steal from his own mouth. Have I got a witness? You see, we know what a thief does. You know what a thief enters your home to lock up your valuable possessions and keep your eyes on, because we know what a thief does. A thief does what? A thief steals. Have I got a witness? You see, the church, the world, has a terrible time trying to understand what we do in the church. Because like I said before, nowadays we do the same thing in the world do. We lie, we cheat, we shack up. The only difference between the world and the church is that we go to church on a Sunday. Am I not with it today? Yeah. In times like these that we're living in now, we should stop going to church, but get in. Let me say that again. We should stop going to church, and somebody should get in. If it's hurt, at least you say, ouch. Remember, judgment is going to begin in the house of the Lord. Am I not with it? So I wish somebody's soul would get caught on fire this morning.